The opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Consult a financial professional before you invest. Remember to educate yourself first and have the ability to ask the right questions. Hold your financial professional accountable. You and only you are accountable to your wealth and legacy. Welcome to the Wealthy Bucket. In today's session, we'll be discussing why versus when. When should I make this investment? A commonly asked question by the investor. How much profit can I make? How much capital can I lose? Two very important questions. The investor is referring to risk to reward ratio, meaning how much money could I possibly lose versus the possibility of making. We will be covering risk to reward ratios in later sessions. The investor always asks, is this a good time to buy? Remember, there are three market directions: up, down, and sideways. Automatically, if you are always looking for something to buy, or is this a good time to buy, the investor can only make money in one market direction. I would like to find better entry points and exit points. Why would an investor ask this? Why would an investor look for this? They feel that if they can get into or enter into an investment at a lower price, they can make more money. This is obviously true. However, the investor should be looking for other forces that can cause them to either lose more money or make more money. Finding better entry points and exit points is a simple mechanical routine. We will be covering these in more detail in later sessions. How can I manage my risk better? Simply put, how do I manage my money better? For far too long, we've heard investors say, I make money and then I give it back. I make money and then I give it back. Coupling money management with a proper risk to reward ratio can ensure that the investor remain profitable over time. Again, we will be covering these topics in more detail in future sessions. Time and time again, we hear of investors saying they always get stopped out, only to find out that their investment decision was correct. This leads to the poor behavior whereby the investor no longer uses a stop, and if the investor no longer uses a stop, they are unable to manage their money. The application of a stop must be strategic and cannot be the same for every stock that you invest in. Stocks all have different prices. Stocks all behave differently. Why should the investor be using the same stop for every stock? We will be covering this topic in more detail in future sessions. Application of a stop must be strategic, meaning the investor should not, we feel, use the same stop or the same stop formula for every investment. Stocks all have different prices. Stocks all behave differently. So why should the investor use the same formula for every stock? This definitely will cause them to get stopped out of their investment only to find out that their decision to invest was correct. Again, we will cover these topics in future sessions. The investor should really be looking for the whys. Why are you even making this investment? Find reasons that lie beyond fundamentals. Meaning, there are forces that cause a stock's price to move upwards or downwards that lie beyond what the company actually does on a day-to-day basis. For example, when the market moves up, your fundamentally strong company should move up in price as well. Now, when the market moves downwards, your fundamentally strong company also moves downwards. Ask yourself why that is. Find reasons to not make the investment. If you can find all the reasons to not make the investment, then the answer is simple. You just won't make the investment, and you won't have any loss. If you cannot find reasons to not make the investment, then the only other alternative is to participate in the investment. Investing is a simple due diligence process. If you learn that due diligence process and follow the specific formula, then each investment has a higher probability of success. And go with the flow. Find out and find the direction of money, and your probability starts to increase. We will cover these in future sessions as well. Remember, find out all the whys, then look for the when. When is very easy when you have all the whys. Take a look at these charts. This is just a hint. This is a hint on how money actually works. We will be covering these subjects again in later sessions. We sincerely appreciate you investing your time with WealthyBucket. Please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.